Hello, everybody, and welcome back to The Film is Okie Dokie, the show where every other week we sit down, watch a film, and determine whether or not it is Okie Dokie, whatever that means. I am Tommy, joined as always by CJ.
Yay!
And this week we have a very special guest, Dayman.
Hello.
Hello! Man.
Dayman.
I'm excited.
You were technically our first ever guest on the show.
Technically, that's true.
Yeah, back in the Renaissance Man episode, CJ pulls you in out of nowhere without consulting with me or anything and just had you be a technical expert for a music question.
And I bombed, which, yeah.
It could not have been a better outcome.
We have a mutual friend named Chris, me and Dayman, and Chris one time said that I surround myself with yes men, and I've held on to that quote in my memory because my response was, I fucking hope I could get some better yes men than you guys. You guys are awful. I've never once had Dayman yes man me on anything.
The best... Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the best part about that is that he was just completely pulling that out of his ass to rile you up, and it worked amazingly.
3 years later, I'm still riled up.
that is based on nothing other than he knew it would get to you, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, it is beautiful. And what's also funny is this is a friend that, Tommy, you don't really know.
Have I met them at all?
No, you haven't. Okay. But because I call him Chris and I call you Tommy, whenever I'm talking to the other one about the other one, it's like, okay, who the fuck is Tommy? Who is Chris? I was talking to him about you the other day, and he goes, who the fuck is Tommy?
He's not. Doesn't matter. It's not important.
just go with it, man. Just go with it. Oh man, no, I'm really excited. I was thinking about that. I was reflecting on this today. I was like, I get to do this podcast with one of my best friends, right, with Tommy, and then all the guests so far have been some of my best friends, and we've also had some other great guests as well. But
wow.
Like
throwing shade at an unnamed guest. I wonder who that is.
Like, I'm not. That's not shade. If you win a contest, you don't become my best friend. And I like Alex. But, like Gaffy and Jade and Dayman. So, it's been fun. But we actually talked about having Dayman on a long time ago, and he said, yeah, talk to me in the summer. And
it's
so
true.
We came back when he was not working in the summer. Because you're in education.
Yes.
Permanent student.
Thank God that's not the case anymore. No, I teach at a university, so...
He's definitely an exterminator.
Yeah.
Ooh, maybe that might play into the movie a little bit.
Ooh. Yeah, that's really why he picked it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Dayman, for the people that don't know, who are you and how do you know us?
That's a great question. How do I know you people? I met, let's see, when did I meet CJ? It would have been tangentially through Pokemon Snap speedrunning in like 2018.
Yes.
That then became, I don't know, loosely affiliated with Speed Docs, which then became more permanently affiliated with Speed Docs. And then Tommy appeared, and now I know both of you.
That sounds about right.
Yes. Yeah, Dayman is one of the original mods for Speed Docs.
Which I will say is really a title that means very little. I can't express how little I do.
No.
It's pretty remarkable.
No, but I will say, I've never met a group of people that do so little, but complain at having to do anything at all. Anything that comes up.
It's pretty great. Yeah, because usually it's drama, and I don't think anyone really cares about that much.
No. I mean, it's what happens. It's not like Tommy's server where there's like bots that you have to get swatted every single day.
Yeah.
Well, that's what the honeypot's for.
that is cool, but there are some people who are just like, I'm gonna like spam this channel, or I'm gonna like break a rule, or whatever, and then it's just like moderinos. I have actually, I don't know if I've told you this. I'm a mod in this server. I have been trying to catch one ever since I've been a mod, and the closest I ever came, I got fucking cucked instantly. I literally had my hand on the button to ban the person, and someone else beat me to it instantly. That's the closest I've come to doing anything.
That's great. Yeah, there's like, I would say 3 mods in total in my Discord server who are very active, so we're pretty on the pulse with those things. But you're not alone in being a mod and wanting to race to try and take an action. I think Covert as well, after like years of being a mod in my server, was like, wow, I finally took my first action because someone didn't beat me to it.
It's so funny.
One day you'll get there, CJ.
One time that I was really close, not the time that I was the closest, one time I was really close, Covert was the one that beat me to the punch.
Oh, there you go.
I know. Yeah. And so your stuff is like more active, but we always have like fucking FBI investigations. Like, oh, people can't keep their hands to themselves investigations. That's what Speed Docs has to deal with. I wish we had bots. That'd be fun. But no, we get stupid shit. But all right.
Speaking of stupid shit,
something really dumb, something awful happened to me the other day. And I have not told another single living human being on this planet this story. I can't think of another group of people better to hear this and react to it live than the two of you. So you have no idea what's about to happen, right? I didn't tell you anything ahead of time.
Right.
I have no idea.
Okay. All right. So the other day I was at Barnes & Noble, and it was hot, and whatever. I was like having a bad day, and I was like, I'm just gonna go get a book, and I'm gonna like chill. I've been reading a lot. I think I said it on the last episode. I read 3,000 pages during my vacation, and already this week I've read 4 books. So I'm in a reading mood lately, and I was like, I want to go get a book. The book I actually got that day was Dungeon Crawler Carl.
How Reddit of you.
It's so funny because I was expecting them to be like on the shelves. No, it has its own display in Barnes & Noble. It has its own like table.
Wow.
Yeah, very ooh la la. I don't like that though, because it has all of the books in one spot, and I'm like, which book is which? Like, it doesn't number anyway.
What do you mean, which book is which?
They're not like, it's not like they have big numbers on them, and they all have different names.
You got a 1 in 9 shot of getting it right.
Also, they're not in any kind of order because they're laid out on a table.
I'm missing so much context about what this book is, but that's fine. Continue.
So it's a book series, and there's 8 books.
Got it.
It'd be like Harry Potter, but if it didn't have the number on the spine.
Got it.
Yeah.
So it's like when people talk about old Fire Emblem games, but they're snobs, and so they just call them the titles.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Got it.
You nailed it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, FE4.
Yep.
I forget which. I almost said something completely inappropriate for what that game is called. I think that one's Genealogy of the Holy War.
It's because I don't know anything about old Fire Emblem. All I know is that half of the people that play them call them by a number, and half the people call them by a title, so I actually have no idea what any of the games are.
To put this in further context, our mutual friend Potato calls them by the name, and I call them by the number.
Wonderful.
Yeah, there you go. Illustrating the difference. So I go in, and like I said, I've been having a bad day, and I want to go to the graphic novels, and imagine like you're like make an L with your finger. And so there's a line of bookcases that form the fantasy section, and the graphic novels is the short tail of the L, right?
Okay.
Sure.
So it juts out into the hallway. So I get on the other side, and there's a woman sitting on the ground. And I'm like, okay. She's sitting on the ground reading a graphic novel from the shelf.
In front of the shelf?
Yes,
okay.
On the ground. So I'm like, okay. I guess I'll like do a lap around the store, and I'll come back in like a few minutes, right? This Barnes & Noble's not as big as the old one we used to have. The old one had couches and big chairs and coffee tables, and like they really did encourage you to like whatever. There was a big help desk in the middle of the store. They had like a music and thing section in the back. They had a puzzle section. They had a kid section. This one doesn't have that. This is a much smaller section. Barnes & Noble, it's really small. So when I say I like did a lap around the store, I came back like 10 minutes later. I did find another book. I did end up checking out A Court of Thorns and Roses. And I picked up Dungeon Crawler Collar, but I really wanted to look because I hadn't finished the Absolute series yet, and I was like, I just want to see if they have any. And so I come back, and she's sitting there, but now she's finished the book she was reading, and she's on her phone, and then she's looking at all the other ones, and she's reading, what she had been reading was an Absolute graphic novel, so I'm like, oh, that's cool. And I look, and she's kind of attractive. She's like very, how do I say this? Very busty.
I was going to say, is it necessary for you to describe the physical look of this person?
It is.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it is. So I was like, you know what? I was like, I've been losing weight. I've been feeling good about myself. Like, she's reading a book that you liked, a comic book that you liked. You should talk to this person. Like, just she's an attractive young lady. Just go up to her and have a conversation. And I was like, no, but I want to be clear. I really couldn't. All I saw was her from the side and the back. I really couldn't see her, and she was looking down at her phone or looking down at the book. And so I like do another lap around the store, and then I'm looking at my phone, and I'm like, I really got to get back to work. So finally, I go up behind her, and I'm like, hey, excuse me. And she turns around. She could not have been more than 14. She had like the babiest of baby faces.
Jesus Christ.
And I'm like, oh my fucking God. I was like, excuse me. And then she turns around. She's like, uh-huh. And she had like a squeaky voice. And I was like, oh my shit. And I'm like, oh, I was just wondering if I could get to the shelf. And she's like, yeah, okay. And she like gets up. She's like 4'10". And I'm like, oh my God. I was like, oh no. So then I just like grabbed something off the shelf. I was like so embarrassed. I was like mortified. So I grabbed something off the shelf. Ended up being Supergirl Bizarro World or whatever, Bizarro Girl. I'm like, I guess I own that now. And I took
the book?
Yeah, I took it and just went.
Oh my God.
And then I look and I'm like in line. The line's really long and it's really hot in the front of the store because the AC in the front of the store doesn't work. So I'm like, I'll wait for the line to go down. So I'm in nonfiction. I'm like as far away from her as possible. It's not that big of a store, but nonfiction history is as far away from her as I can get. So there's a young lady that comes up and I could just hear, I'm like, okay, you sound like an adult. And she is also, we go to reach and we reach for the same book. And I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. She goes, no, it's okay. So I like walk away and I realized that they had a book on this table that I had been wanting to find. In my Barnes & Noble website, it says it's at the store, but every time I go, they can't find it for me. So I'm like, oh, cool, it's actually here this time. And it's been on sale for the month of July because they're doing a big paperback sale. I'm like, great, I want to get this. I go to reach for it. She reaches for it. And I'm like,
she the second woman or the first?
Second woman, yeah. The first woman was a child, so no, she's out of the story now. The second lady
we're
reaches
on to
for
Act
it.
2.
Yes, and I'm like, okay, but then I'm like, are you sure this is an adult? Because I was like really sure that 14-year-old that drank her milk was an adult, and that was not an adult. So I was like, okay, just get a really good look at her face. But I looked, and she wasn't looking at me. So I was like trying to get an angle where I could look at her face and just confirm that she was an adult woman. Like, proportionally, she looked like an adult, She sounded like an adult, but I'm like, no.
Not gonna get burned twice in one day.
Yeah,
Or
so
one
I walk-
span of 15 minutes or whatever.
So I like make my way over to religion and I grab a copy of the Quran.
Great.
And I turn around and I look, and she's looking the other way. So then I tried to like inch my way over, but the next thing I knew, I had made a half circle around her, like completely not inconspicuous at all. And I look up at her, and she watched me. She had watched me go with the Quran from the religious section around her in a half circle trying to see her face. And she was staring at me the whole time. And I was like, all right, you don't have it today. You don't have the stuff. You can't throw the curve.
You know what you do have?
I have a copy of Supergirl Bizarro Girl.
You didn't buy the Quran?
No, I did not buy the Quran.
Oh.
Wow.
The Quran was $40. I was
They
like,
give those out for free in the park. Yeah, you can just...
yeah, I'm like, surely I can acquire a Quran. But anyway, long story short, I was like, fuck this. My sense of who is an adult and who is whatever, I guess, is off today. I'm having a really awful day. This is just a shit candle on top of the shit cake. And so I was like, I got in line. That goddamn cricket's back. Got it.
Before we started recording, CJ was like, God, there's moths everywhere in here. And then he goes, oh, wait, no, it's a cricket. That's even worse.
Okay. I'm back, sorry. Then I got cricket all over my hand. Anyway, now I feel bad for killing the cricket.
Anyway, Act 3. Keep going.
Act 3, so then I got in line, and the person in front of me was the 14-year-old. And so I was like, no, I need
hoping
to...
it was going to be a Muslim that was mad that you put the Quran back.
No.
But...
So then I was like, no, I don't want to be in line with her. So I was like, oh... person behind me, you can go. I'm gonna look at the bookmarks. And so I like spend a long time looking at these bookmarks, and then I get back in line, and the woman in front of me turns around and she goes, what, you didn't want a bookmark? And so I went back and grabbed just the first bookmark that I saw, and it was a metal bookmark that says hope. And it cost $20. So I bought a $20 metal bookmark because I got called out in the line. So I was like, you know what? You're just not having a good day. That's fine. People have bad days. So, yes, that is my story. I was like, just talk to this person. She seems nice. She likes the books that you like. I tried that twice in the span of 10 minutes, and both times I completely failed. I now submit myself to your ridicule.
And now you have a bookmark that is going to last the rest of your life that will always remind you of this experience.
Yeah, don't rub that one in.
Yeah. You'll every time you put that into your new favorite book...
I'll remember.
What's the first book that's going to be christened with the Hope bookmark that seemingly weighs 9 pounds?
So, I have used it.
Okay.
I am currently reading 3 books. So, I needed a third bookmark, I guess. I've been using paper towels, but I guess
Oh my god.
What?
I mean,
Paper towels is a bookmark?
That's a little bad. I mean, I usually use whatever I have on hand as a bookmark, but it's usually not a paper towel. One time it was a business card for the suicide hotline that they were giving out at my university, and it was for like a really large dense textbook, and I'm like, I didn't realize it until like weeks later that that's what I had been using, and I was like, actually that's really funny. I kind of have to keep it up now, but that's...
So if I sent you a box of business cards for the suicide hotline, you would take that as a well-meaning joke and not as like a threat?
I imagine we have different hotlines, so yeah.
I could get the one for
I'll censor that.
You're gonna censor that?
I'll censor the location you named.
Yes. Yes.
It's a big place. Leave in the argument about censoring the place, but censor the place. Oh my god. You do have sort of this dark history about you. Didn't you?
I do?
Yes,
Me?
you do. You do. Didn't remember that time that you did the thing for IGN?
Oh yeah, that was funny.
What is this?
So I had a speedrun that got featured on the Devs React to Speedruns thing.
Oh, nice.
Which for years was the worst performing episode of the entire show. A record that has since been broken, but I don't remember which game broke that. And it was bad because, one, they usually don't do retro games, and it was for a Rogue Leader speedrun, which is fine, but everyone at the offices really liked that game, so like, oh cool, we should do this one. And then they proceeded to get the devs on, who told lots of really cool development stories and did not acknowledge me playing for more than maybe 5 seconds of the entire run. And basically they confirmed the existence of the Rogue Squadron trilogy being complete on the Wii but never released, which is interesting. And the joke that I always use, or the story, it's not really a joke, it is completely true. I say, hey, if you had to imagine what they spent more time talking about, my run or 9/11, what would you guess? And the answer may surprise you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Real quick, when you did that video, was Mark Medina still the guy running the series?
Sounds familiar? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That was
Just
years
curious.
ago. It was like 2021. Yeah, really funny. I was briefly upset that the devs did not react to the speedrun in my episode of Devs React to Speedruns, but then I get to tell that story forever, which is pretty great.
Worth it.
Worth it.
Yeah. No, I've been hanging out with Dayman for so long that I know all these stories, and Tommy, you know a lot of these stories, but I'm like, does the audience know? Why we wanted? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. No, Dayman is. I like to think of myself as a machine gun for jokes, and I think Dayman is more like a sniper rifle, like a precision kill. And just genuinely, just really looking forward to watching this summer blockbuster with you. And speaking of summer blockbusters, that brings us to today's game.
Really sounded like you're about to bring in a sponsored segment. So,
Blockbuster.
oh my god, could you imagine the last Blockbuster send you like $3?
That'd be incredible.
Can you imagine? So, do you ever see those people that put like regional manager Circuit City or like whatever on their resume because you can't actually go back and check if
I've
they
seen
worked
people
at
say
Circuit
that
City?
online to do that, but I don't think I've ever met someone who's actually done that.
I
It
met
doesn't
someone
come
who
up a
did
lot in my
that.
line of
He
work.
never got a job with that on his resume. No,
No
I would
way.
imagine it doesn't. I imagine it would not help you get a job. There is a podcast where I did not know what Dayman did for a living. I just knew he had odd hours, and so we played a game where I had to guess what he did, and I thought he was an exterminator, and that was incredibly wrong.
At the time, I was a music teacher. I just taught private lessons. I now teach at a college, but it's the same idea. Music teacher, my hours were, in CJ's eyes, weird because I worked afternoons, which is not...
You were free in the morning when I was not doing anything at work, and then you weren't free in the afternoon when I was not doing anything at work.
A lot of people work afternoons. I don't really... but that's fine.
Yeah.
We're well past that.
All right. So today's game, I sent you guys a short clip kind of explaining the format, but you are each going to have $20 to spend, and the goal is you are going to draft your team. You're going to have 5 slots on your team. You have to manage your own money. I will keep track of it as well. But you are going to draft your team of 90s blockbusters. These are movies released from 1990 to 1999. Blockbusters that came out in the 90s, as defined between Memorial Day and Labor Day during the summer of the 90s.
Okay.
Okay.
We are going to start with Dayman first. Dayman is going to start the bidding on the first one,
okay.
and then
hang
it'll
on.
alternate each time.
Wait,
Okay.
but you haven't explained what the game is. Like, what's the goal?
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
Yes, the goal is to draft a team or auction, get a team under
Yes.
budget, for what you think would be the best possible team. You
And
don't
is this
get to
gonna
know.
be like Rotten Tomato scores or Metacritic score? What?
It's
no.
just
Office or-
completely subjective.
So
Oh, so this is a vibes-based approach where we just both claim that we got the best team?
Yes.
Okay.
okay. I was gonna say, like,
I was
CJ,
expecting the one last thing where you'd go onto Rotten Tomatoes and see what the scores were, and then if we got the most, then it would
Well,
be
now
like,
we're gonna do that.
okay.
Now
shoot,
we're gonna
now
do
one
that.
of us can lose.
Yes.
Yeah, now it's an actual game though, and not just like, hey, Tommy, that's a nice lineup.
I would expect nothing less from the guy who's the actual game show host to demand gamification.
Well, you said it was a game, and then it turned into nice choices.
Every episode we do a game.
Well, okay, it's fine. Whatever.
Anyway, so now we're gonna do that. We're doing
All
the
you have
thing
to
that
do
you
is
said.
look up Rotten Tomato scores. It's fine. It's easy.
Yes, I'm not saying that it's hard. I'm just saying it wasn't part of the plan. Now it's part of the plan.
Now, follow-up question: is it audience or critic Rotten Tomato score?
Ooh, that's actually really important.
Okay.
Or
We're
total.
gonna go with audience.
Okay.
Audience. That for summer blockbusters is a very different number.
Yes.
So okay.
I was like, because critic score is probably going to be
Quite low.
not positive for some of these.
Yeah, especially with like 90s because they're all like archived reviews from then as opposed to like it's not like critics are reviewing, for example,
Yeah.
Men in Black today, so it's just that initial
It's like
buzz.
Siskel and Ebert and
Though I did-
Gene
I-
Shalit.
Though in preparation for this, I did read some old Men in Black reviews that didn't like it, and I thought that was funny.
That is funny. Okay, so now that you have a stated goal, you're trying to get the best audience score.
So this is $20, 5 slots.
$20, 5 slots. Dayman, you're going to go first, and you can start the bidding. You can start it at any number you want.
Okay.
Just keep in mind, Tommy gets to raise on his next thing, and you get to go back and forth. If you don't want to match Tommy, you can just say you can have it.
Yeah, we're just auctioning. Got it.
All right. Okay. The first movie coming up is Men in Black.
I'll bid $1 for Men in Black.
I'll bid 2.
Okay.
I'll go 3.
Okay.
You can have it.
All right.
I'll take Men in Black for 3. Down to 17.
Maybe I should have. Oh, maybe I should have ran up the price a little bit first. I couldn't have said like $3.25, right? Just
No.
We're in
Whole
whole
dollars.
numbers. Whole numbers.
Let's not do that. Yeah.
Keep the change easy.
All right, Tommy, you get to start the bidding. Your movie is Armageddon.
Shoot, I guess. $0.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on that too.
All right, Tommy. All right, you can have Armageddon for $0.
God damn it.
All right.
That movie was well known, but I don't know if it was well loved.
I will tell you it has a 59% rotten critic score, but that doesn't mean that its audience score is bad.
I guess.
Okay.
Could I have said pass?
No.
Okay.
Just like
All right.
real auctions, you're forced to take it home with you.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. $0
All right.
armor. Okay.
But look at all the money you've got.
Yeah, you have
Sure.
all of your money, which means you can take anything from Dayman,
Sure.
including our next item up for auction, Independence Day.
I'll put $1 on Independence Day.
Okay. Tommy, you have all of your money.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to figure out.
But is there going to be some good stuff later?
I'll $3.
$3 for Independence Day.
I'll go 4.
I'm out. Too rich
All right.
for my blood.
All right. Dayman has Men in Black and Independence Day. You
Everything
now
dealing
have
with space or aliens.
$13 left, Dayman.
That is shockingly a common theme among summer movies, you'll find.
All right, Tommy, your movie up for bid. You get to set the bidding for The Matrix.
Ooh. $5.
Okay.
$5 Matrix. I mean, it's gonna be high. You can have it.
Okay.
I'll,
And
I'll
and
take it.
And Tommy has 2 movies and has $15 left. So Tommy doing a little better on cash right now. Dayman, your next movie to start the bidding is The Mummy.
The Mummy. Audience score on The Mummy. That'd be a decent enough movie. I'll put $1 in for The Mummy.
Okay.
$2.
I'll go to 3.
Tommy's like, maybe there's something good later. Maybe that's the strategy.
And
Or
I'm trying
maybe
to
I'm
think-
thinking you're going to do that and I put garbage later.
Because Jade and I watched The Mummy not long ago, and I feel like we watched it like this spring, and I feel like I did look at reviews then, so I think I have a ballpark, but I could be totally misremembering. Your bid is at 3 right now?
Yep.
It is at 3.
Do I hear 4?
Yeah,
4 would-
4.
You're going to put 4? Okay.
Yeah.
You can take it at 4.
I was hoping you would up it one more.
Try to drive up the price. Okay, Tommy, you now have $11.
Mm-hmm.
And you start the bidding on our next movie, Mission Impossible.
I'll throw in $2 on that.
$2?
I can go to 3 for Mission Impossible.
I'll go up to $5 for Mission Impossible.
Oh.
You can fucking have it.
Mission Impossible. All right. So, Tommy, you have $6 and 1 slot left.
Yeah.
Okay. Dayman, you have $13 and 3 slots left.
Yep.
Dayman, you are going to start the bidding for our next movie, Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Yes.
Disappointing, but yeah, I'll put $1 in for that.
See, this is kind of fucked because I only have 1 slot left, so Dayman could totally just like faint into me being like, cause if I say $2, like, yeah, take it. Now I get the last 3 movies, banking on them being better. Oh,
Are there really going to
jeez.
be 3 movies better than Die Hard with a Vengeance, though?
Die Hard with a Vengeance? That's the 3rd one.
Yes. I think
Okay.
it's the second best Die Hard.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've not seen it, but I know people like it.
It's the one with Samuel L. Jackson, so.
Have it for $1. Take it.
Wow.
On to 12.
Okay, now you both have 12. Damon has 12 and 2 slots. And Tommy has 6 in 1 slot. Tommy, you are going to start the bidding on Face Off.
Face Off.
Hell yeah.
Jeez.
I knew you would
That-
like that one.
I love that movie. I think it probably doesn't have the best score. It's probably too weird. I love it though. It's great.
Gosh. $0.
Okay. Dayman, you can take this for $1 if you want.
I got 2. So yeah, I'll do it. Yeah.
All right.
That's fine.
Wait. I might want to bid now.
Okay. You
Okay.
can.
Do you want it? Also,
okay.
100% you cannot start bidding at $0 in an auction, but that's fine. I'm totally It just means that I bid
I'll
first.
take
That's
it
all
if
it means.
No one wants it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll bid $3.
What a weird strategy you have.
Yeah, I don't really get that either. I'll go to 4.
See, I'm just thinking about like how much money you have, and yeah, take it for 4. Take it for 4.
Okay. So that means if I want the last thing, you can't do anything about it.
There's
That's
2
true.
left.
There's 2 left.
I know.
But
if
you get to choose.
I'm massively in control here.
Yes.
All right. The penultimate movie in our draft is Twister.
Ooh.
So whose turn is it?
It is
Dayman's
Dayman's turn.
Kind of doesn't matter because I have the most money. $0 on Twister.
Okay.
Okay, so this was the movie on in Sears home entertainment sections when you'd walk around
Absolutely.
Yes.
finding a couch.
This was the movie for DVD players.
Yeah, but is the Rotten Tomatoes good? You know what? Have it for $0. I'll
All
pick
right.
whatever the last mystery film is.
Okay.
And look at this. We walk away with $8 and $6 each. I think we made out pretty good, Dayman.
And the best part about this is that who knows what weird movie you're going to get, because I invented the point system midway through this show.
You did.
So there's no way that CJ has like an absolute bomb for the last one. But what did Tommy get?
All right, real quick, just to review, Dayman, you got Men in Black, Independence Day, Die Hard with a Vengeance, Face Off, and Twister.
God,
Tommy,
I'm gonna get demolished.
you have Armageddon,
That's
The
fucked
Matrix, The Mummy, Mission Impossible, and Jurassic Park.
That's good. That's good.
All right. Now, I am going to tally the results.
Do 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 do.
Can you play Spanishly on the guitar?
I've not learned it. Can you play it on the trumpet, Dayman?
I feel like I must have at some point.
Can you play it on the piano? Like a little ragtime?
Sure. Ragtime. That's not ragtime.
I know.
CJ doesn't know what ragtime is. Oh, no.
You know, I'm looking at The Matrix, and part of me is like, that could have been a Will Smith film, but then he did Wild Wild West instead.
What a timeline that would have been.
In what role? In
Neo.
Is Neo?
Offered the role of Neo and he turned it down.
To do Wild Wild West.
To be fair, I think that casting is a better configuration than Keanu Reeves trying to do Wild Wild West.
Dayman, what are you going to do with your $8 left over?
Oh, get 8/9 of a Chipotle burrito.
What if we pool our collective $14 and buy 7/10 of a metal bookmark that says hope on it?
I think that's good. That'll get us most of the letters.
Hop.
Or we're Midwestern. We could just get the ope.
Oh, I love that. I would love a bookmark that says ope.
For just $14. Could be yours.
Worth it. I would pay $114 for that.
Okay, I have the results of the game here.
Oh, geez, I'm scared.
All right, so, Dayman, your highest rated film was Die Hard with a Vengeance with an audience score of 83%.
Whoa.
That's quite bad, but oh well.
Your lowest rated film was Twister at
Really?
59%.
59% for Twister? People don't like Twister?
Apparently not.
I thought people were down with Twister. That
I
movie
thought
was on
so.
TNT every weekend when I was a kid.
Syndication deals be damned. All right, Tommy, your highest movie was Jurassic Park
Surely, yeah.
at 91%.
Let's go.
Your lowest rated film was Mission Impossible
Whoa.
at
Really?
71%.
Oh, let's go.
Tommy, you finished with an average audience rating of 79%. Dayman, you finished with an average rating of 75.8%. Tommy won.
Close.
Very close.
Could you run through what all the individual ratings were for the
Yes.
films were?
Yes. So Men in Black had an 80% rating. Independence Day had a 75% rating. Die Hard with a Vengeance was at 83. Face Off was at 82. Twister was at 59. Armageddon was at 73. The
What?
Matrix was at 85. The Mummy was at 75. Mission Impossible was at 71. And Jurassic Park was at 91.
I feel good
Jeez.
about my reads overall because I didn't want Twister, but I
Yes.
figured Mummy and Mission Impossible and all them would actually be fairly low. So I feel good about how I played it. I'm shocked that Die Hard with a Vengeance was my highest scoring one over
Same.
Independence Day. That's crazy.
Yes. Well, I think that people retroactively don't like Will Smith, and because we're using like modern audience scores as well, that can influence it.
It's because of all that
People
spaghetti we've been seeing him eat.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. People retroactively don't like Will Smith? Really?
Yeah. The slap.
I don't think anyone actually cares about that, right?
I know people don't like him now.
No? Oh, well, whatever. I also don't know. There's always the weird a bias among people that are leaving reviews on things.
Oh yeah.
Because I generally don't leave reviews on things, but I definitely don't leave reviews on things when I was just like normally satisfied with them. Like, I don't know who's the kind of person that goes onto Rotten Tomatoes and is dropping a review.
I can't believe Twister was so low.
Below 60% is kind of crazy.
Wow. Well, I'll take my crown in the mail, CJ. Thank you very much for organizing this. And heavy
Thank
is the head
Dayman
that wears the crown.
Thank Dayman for organizing it, apparently.
Yes, thank you, Dayman.
I'm good at formats. What can I say?
He is.
Official game consultant of the show.
God, another title. Oh no.
Well, that brings us to our movie today.
Yeah.
That
Will Smith talk segued pretty nicely.
Yeah. Hey! Dayman, why did you pick Men in Black?
Because this movie's great.
It is. Tell it like it is.
I think that it does what is not frequently accomplished among films, in that its goal is clearly to be fun, and it succeeds in that from my own appreciation of it, in that it is a bit silly. There is plenty of comedy as well as some action. It's very of its time in a good way. I feel like this is what a lot of late 90s blockbusters tried to be, and accomplished it with mixed success. I do think that it's not Citizen Kane, which was actually my second pick for a movie to bring here. But it was, it is, but it's, and I decided to go with something a little bit lighter, but it was, I think it accomplishes what it seeks to do well.
Yeah, no. This is red hot Will Smith, Tommy Lee Jones. I mean, it's just, I think you're 100% right. I think I have a lot of thoughts on how this movie is, and I think this is a movie that also is made by its villain, because God, does Vincent D'Onofrio play a bug like nobody has ever played a bug.
So when was the last time each of you had seen this film?
I probably watched this in the last 10 years at some point.
I don't know. Years ago, not months, not decades. I would say years. I don't know how long it's been, but
What about you?
Yeah, for watching it, sitting down and watching it in full years, like at least a decade, but this was always on at the gym when I would go running a couple winters ago. It was either a Marvel film was on or Men in Black. So I have seen this in the aggregate without sound on probably 3 or 4 times in the last 3 years.
That's funny.
But, this film, directed by Barry Sonnenfeld, not his first time on the show, since we did cover Wild Wild West, and he did direct that one as well.
God.
CJ's favorite film.
We've done a bunch of movies that I was not a fan of. But in general, I like some of his stuff. Didn't he do... He was the cinematographer for When Harry Met Sally. Like,
No clue.
he's done good stuff. It's just like, and I like the Men in Black series in general. Oh God, I'm looking now. He also directed RV.
That's a classic.
I hate that fucking movie.
I don't think I've ever actually seen it. I just know
Robin Williams.
There's a scene where like the septic tank or something sprays everywhere. Is that right?
Yep, they get covered in poop.
I mean, what's funnier than that?
Listen, I'm getting the sense you really like shit jokes, and that's a you thing that you got to figure out.
I'll work on it. I'll start a journal.
You remind me of Will Arnett sometimes. Anyway, anyone have any other thoughts before we dive in?
I do know that this does have other connections, not just my ridiculous July movies connections between the last 3, which is all technically true, but this is not the first Danny Elfman score-composed film you've had on the podcast, because he also did Midnight Run and Scrooged.
Ooh,
very nice.
Midnight Run, good soundtrack.
How do you like the music in this film?
I think it's good. Does what it's supposed to do. I don't think people really notice it much past the opening credits, but I don't think it is an active hindrance either. It's like good cinematic action movie background.
Danny Elfman was a member of Oingo Boingo?
Yeah, that's his whole shebang outside of film, right?
He also composed the opening theme to The Simpsons.
Yes, he did.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He also has a terrible haircut.
Yeah.
That's like Ken Burns. It's like all their talent prevents them from anyone telling them they need a haircut. But all right. If no one has anything else, why don't we go ahead and get started?
Okay.
If you would like to listen along to the companion audio track, the description of that is down in the link to that is down in the description below, wherever you get your favorite podcasts. If you don't want to listen to it, if you've already seen Men in Black, if you just don't have the time, no worries. There'll be a little bit of a pull out here where you guys can listen to the highlights. If you would like to listen to us listen to Men in Black, you can pause the podcast right now.
Okay, let's get going.
Dayman, I feel like you should do this to your students sometimes. Take away their desks and make them...
Right in their egg.
Hey, get back in your egg.
Oh my god.
I think you just got baptized. That's gonna sound weird now. I want to go to Portillo's.
Is that where your priest lives?
No.
Oh, that's so good.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Flim is Okie Dokie. Yeah. How is everybody? It's been a little less than a week for us.
I'm doing just dandy. How about you guys?
Dandy sounds about right, yeah.
Yeah, I wish that I was dandy. How about that?
What makes you say that? What's not dandy?
I'm like I'm on the edge of my week right now. So like I have like a busy Wednesday, Thursday with a lot of late nights ahead of me. So next week, easy street. This week, not so easy. All the work is in these next couple days. So I'm on like the precipice.
And you DM me asking me to bring something up. Is this playing into this whole thing?
No, but we'll talk about that.
Okay.
All right.
I was just told to
unrelated.
know, is
but,
CJ overreacting? We can dive into that later.
Yeah.
That's a recurring segment in my life, so that's...
No, I asked that question and then forgot Dayman was going to be here, so I already know his answer to this question. It's not going to be revelatory. His answer is basically already yes. But, okay, I go to this deli every day, and we have had no problems for a while.
How long's a while?
Yeah, and also, is this the deli where you have the sandwich named after you?
I have 2 sandwiches named after me.
Oh, what? There's a second one now?
There is a second deli with a second sandwich. The first place I wouldn't really call a deli, I'd just call it a sandwich shop, but I'm not trying to split hairs. Yeah, so I have 2 sandwiches named after me. One is my actual name, not my nickname, and the other one is the Easy CJ. So
feels kind of derogatory.
No, it's easy because it's a roast beef on a sub, plain nothing on it.
Oh no, buddy.
Easy.
Yeah, I guess.
I ordered it, and the first couple times I ordered it, they go, "You put stuff on this when you go home, right?" And I said, "No." And they said, "Oh no."
I'm not sure which order I would pick.
Do you remember the other one?
Yeah, I remember not being the biggest fan of it.
The other one, Dave, and the audience for your benefit, is it's half basically ground beef, half grilled chicken, bacon, cheddar cheese, grilled onions, peppers, and mustard and ketchup.
There are a few left turns in that sandwich, but it's fine. I'm not gonna order it. It's cool.
Yeah, basically, people have said it's literally a burger, but I'm like, no, it's kind of got like a sandwich vibe to it. Sometimes they get pickles.
You have added chicken to a burger.
Listen, I know that you, like, contractually just hate my life. But
Okay, but here's the thing. When you're reading off the ingredients to that sandwich, you're like, grilled chicken. I'm like, I'm down. You're like, with ground beef. And I'm like, okay. And then it's like, okay. And then you're like, but it's got grilled onions. I'm like, okay. And it's like, and mustard. I'm like, that could be good. And like, and ketchup. I'm like, you lost me. So like, it's just like, you're like, it's a seesaw that settles on a sandwich that I will never order.
it's very fair.
For me, it's the mixing of the cooked meats.
Yeah, this was my feedback originally as well. Ground beef has absolutely no business touching a chicken sandwich.
Can I just throw out, it's not me that, like, the additions are me. The onions and the peppers and the condiments and stuff.
Yeah.
The chicken burger combo is a standard at the place.
I know, and that's quite sad.
Really?
Yeah, that's like a go-to, yeah.
Oh, don't take me there.
Yeah.
No, you'll like it.
Oh.
Yeah, if you don't order that monstrosity.
It's like half the sandwiches there.
Are
Anyway.
you gonna not allow me to eat for the entire trip, and then that'll be the last food? So I'll just.
There's lots of good There's lots of good food there. Anyway, so I go to this other deli, and I just get the easy CJ, which is my usual, and whatever. And I've been going there for like 6 months now. And I've been going there a lot more because I've been doing a diet. And so just easier. It's like down the street from my house. Tommy basically knows where it is. It's at the bottom of the hill.
Oh, fuck that hill.
Yeah, I know. Fuck that hill. And so it's like, okay, cool, right? Problem. And it's not a problem. This has started to bother me. And I guess the fact that I don't want to say it out loud really gives me so much of my answer. They've been giving me my sandwich upside down.
CJ.
Wait, so when you say they've been giving you your sandwich upside down, what does that mean?
Okay, so they make the sandwich.
Uh-huh.
They wrap it in the paper, right?
Uh-huh.
They put the paper in the bag with the picture of the sandwich on it.
Uh-huh.
And then when you pull it out of the bag, it's upside down.
Several follow-ups. One, is it on bread or a bun?
It is on a sub roll.
Okay, so it is an orientable sandwich.
It is an orientable sandwich, yes.
Okay. A few things. One, your sandwich contains one ingredient. It is always symmetrical. Your sandwich, you could orient any way you want, and it is still the exact same distribution of ingredients per bite. You can do that in any direction. You could tilt it 90 degrees. You could tilt it 45 degrees. You could spin it around. Every bite's the same.
I knew this was going to be your reaction, but I don't know, man. I feel weird about it, and I'm thinking about not going there anymore because they keep giving me my sandwich upside down.
Second follow-up. You know that you have wrists, and so if you grab a sandwich in which we'll call it top towards the table, that is a very natural motion to then just lift it up and take a bite in a proper orientation. It's actually more work to set a sandwich down and pick it up with bottom towards table each time, right?
Yeah, no. Yeah. I orient the sandwich properly, but, I hope that I find in this experience that I'm not alone.
I guess, it reminds me, I don't know, it reminds me kind of like a burrito where I'm like, yeah, but it's round. It's going to roll over regardless of how, like,
So my job has weighed in on this because I told them, and they think I'm insane. However, they said they would understand if it was like a burrito and they rolled it wrong. And I was like, okay, so how do you roll a burrito wrong? And they said by putting all the ingredients on one side. And I was like, what? By like ordering the ingredients by discovery by man? So you just like all the guac and then all the beef and then all the cheese. Like, what are we talking about?
I guess.
Well, you would typically when you make a burrito, you would organize it so lengthwise, and then when you roll it, it's typically done as such that you basically are getting a bit of everything in each bite. But if you distribute the ingredients like not, I would say parallel to rolling direction, or like in like a weird angle, or if you have the ingredients poorly distributed before you roll it, you can get weird pockets of the burrito where you only have like one thing, where you have like just like a third of the burrito is just rice. Like it's like burrito making has a little bit more technique to it than bread, meat, bread. And so it's like, there's a little bit more to it than that.
I think the big thing that I am getting caught up on is I feel like when it's a wrapped sandwich, you have so much control as you unwrap it over which direction it is facing.
I completely missed the fact that the sandwich was wrapped. What is going on? What do you mean it's upside down? Maybe you opened it upside down.
No. I didn't open it upside down. This is the thing. It's wrapped in paper, right? And so it just, when it's done, it just rolls out.
So, okay, what's your proposed solution? They flip the sandwich when they roll it?
I went there for 6 months and didn't have a problem. And now all of a sudden I'm getting upside down sandwiches. Ask me how many times that I went to the other sandwich place and got an upside down sandwich.
Okay, this is important. When you are opening the sandwich, is it like wrapped in paper and then the like taped across the top, or like taped across like the thing, or how is it oriented? Okay. So when you begin opening the sandwich, is it like the opening bit that you can pull apart is on the top?
Yes.
So you've chosen to start with the what I'm guessing is the orientation there is like top bun towards the table. So you're opening it up and then it's that way. Which means that if you wanted it to be not in that orientation, you would have to do weird things flipping around. You would ask them to make the sandwich upside down and then wrap it, and I feel like that would also bother you.
But
if you want,
something changed, is what I'm saying. Twice this week I got an upside down sandwich, and it's never happened before. It's never been a problem. They've always wrapped my
it's
sandwich.
still not.
That's what I was about to say. How is it a problem?
It's a big problem.
It's a big problem. To what degree does this affect you?
I don't know. It feels like it's a little deflating. I don't know. It's like I don't want to eat it after.
I'm going to call every restaurant in your city, and I'm going to tell them to start serving your food upside down.
Okay, so... look, okay. I get this is probably unreasonable.
What was your first clue? The fact you didn't want to tell anybody?
I've been telling lots of people, but then I got on the podcast and I'm like, maybe not.
So going back to the fact that your sandwich is one ingredient, what about your sandwich being momentarily upside down makes you not want to eat it?
It's not that it's, I don't know, it's the presentation. It's like no
So
panache.
Instead of looking down and seeing bread, you look down and see bread.
It's the upside down of the bread.
Hey, I got a solution for you. You roll it back over.
I do.
How's that worked out for you?
I ate both of them.
Oh,
it's a little deflating. It's like, oh.
Maybe if you had one other ingredient in there, it would make them think about it. It's possible that the people making the sandwich are just kind of like haphazardly putting it in the paper because they look down and they just see bread meet bread.
Yeah, you should add a bunch of salt Just a clean layer of salt.
Like I'm pouring it in my milk.
Yes.
Dave, man, do you know that story?
No, but I'm.
Tell the story.
In freshman year of college, my friend group, we would always eat most of our meals together. And long story short, I started a game of pouring salt into people's drinks when they got up, and we would like do it to each other.
Gotcha.
But the last time that anyone ever did it, one of my friends got up to go get more food or something. So I started pouring a shit ton of salt in my own drink. So much so that it was like this disgusting slush. And once my friend gets back from getting food, I go up and get food myself. But when I come back and sit at the table, I go, who poured salt in my drink? And I look at my friend who was up when I poured it in, who was sitting directly across from me, and I accused her. And she was like, no one poured salt in your drink. So I said, okay, drink it, prove it. So I reverse psychologied her into taking a swig of milk that was way too salty.
I would argue that any salt is way too salty for milk, but that is impressive, and I like it.
I agree.
Yeah.
Thank you. I went out on a high note.
That's a good way to conclude a bit. It's like, I'm going to psychologically torment my friend.
I've been reading a lot.
What have you read since the last episode? Because the last time you were talking about, let's see. Let's look at what you recommended.
I think I recommended Dungeon Crawler Carl.
You have not. No, you recommended Fairest and the DC Absolute Universe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I've been reading Dungeon Crawler Carl. And I also started reading Court of Thorns and Roses.
Mm-hmm.
Which, for the amount of people who were screaming at me, smut, smut, smut. Yeah, not nearly anything yet. Which makes me think that people outraged on the internet are just unreasonable.
What?
I know. Like the Odyssey review bombing.
Hold on. I thought you were saying that some of those reviews had some points.
No,
I thought that's what you were DMing me.
I never said that. But I read a book called Valley of the Moms, which I was really excited to read. And it's actually the book I want to talk about before we get into Men in Black, because I think this book, it was one of those books that I think started off really good, and I was hooked, and I read like the first 100 pages in like, I don't know, 90 minutes or something. And it ended on a whimper. It's only like 300 pages long. It's a pretty short book, pretty quick read. I did the whole thing in a couple hours. But I want to just talk about this book a little bit. And I will give a spoiler warning when I'm going to get into spoilers. I don't imagine either of you are going to read this book. If you are worried about spoiler warnings, there will be a timestamp for you. But also, I will clearly say it ahead of time. Okay. So, the story, basically the top line of the story is that a woman is murdered. It's in an affluent Massachusetts town. So like very New Englandy, and the whole idea is, or the way that the book is presented is that every other chapter changes perspective. So the first, basically, it's not exactly like this, but the odd number chapters are devoted to Anna, a year leading up to her murder, and the even number chapters are devoted to Denny, her husband, starting with her being murdered, and then the year following it. Right? Is everyone following me so far?
I think so.
Okay. So it's a split perspective, and so it's like, how did she die? And he's trying to figure it out. And the only other thing that I knew going in is that basically he knows that, quote unquote, it's always the husband. And so he's trying to figure it out too, so that he doesn't get blamed for the death of his wife. Okay? All right. Spoilers for Valley of the Moms start here. Like I said, I don't think either of you guys are going to read this book. I don't think I would recommend it. I did like it, and it does do some interesting things, but I don't know that I'd recommend it to people. So, the book is about Anna, going up against a set of mean girls who run the PTO, right? And Mimi is the head of the PTO, and she's like the head mean girl, and she's like, you know, a little blonde lady in her 40s. There is a literal Karen whose name is Karen, and there's Ellen, whose brother is a cop, and they run the PTO, and there's this subscription that you can get, which is like $100 a month, and it basically allows you to have extra access for your kids. So it's like, oh, you get early access to the tickets for and this is the name of the dance, the Ziti with your sweetie 2nd grade dance. Okay? So, a bunch of kids don't get tickets. The tickets basically sell out before they go on sale. And so, this starts Anna off on this path. And basically, just because Mimi ends up just kind of being a bitch, she is warned a few times. People break into her house.
Jeez.
People send her death threats and threatening letters. She goes to the police. Nothing ever happens. She has a best friend named Di, who is like best friend since like elementary school or middle school. And, you know, she meets another friend named Mary. And this is like the first 250 pages. She decides she's going to run for PTO president. And she's going to make changes. She befriends a ton of the women of this town, Hamilton. And she's like, oh, there are a bunch of people that want change. But none of them are willing to, like, speak up. They need someone to, like, start pushing the cart forward. So I'll do that. And then, at the same time, Denny is like, why did my wife die? She went out with friends that night, and then she ends up in the river? That's weird. Huh. And then the cops are like, okay, who are your wife's friends? And he's like, I don't know. It's like, what do you know about your wife? Oh. I'm like, huh, okay. Where were you?
Oh,
I took my kids to a ski lesson.
Damn.
And then the whole book is like him being like, my wife has a friend named Mary? My wife was running for PTO president? My wife used to go to a bakery called Honeycomb? My wife had a garden party? Like, my wife sent emails? Every chapter is him being completely fucking oblivious about everything in his wife's life and being like, who was this person I shared a bed with? And then the next chapter is like, I love Denny. He knows when to give me space. He knows I don't want him in my business right now. And it's like, no, he doesn't know that. He's a fucking buffoon. So it ends with, it turns out the PTO is not a PTO. It's a secret society founded in the 90s of moms who don't pay $100 a month. They pay $100,000 a year. And it's a secret society of hundreds and thousands of people, including politicians and educators and coaches, to basically bribe people so that your kids get into Harvard. So, like, this one kid who is Di's son goes from being, like, eating glue and the coach being like, your son should consider T-ball, to he's in the advanced first grade class and he's going to be the captain of the soccer team in, like, very short order. And so the book ends, she is killed.
Did he actually get better at soccer?
No. She is killed by the PTO president, and the two, Karen and Ellen, but also by Di, her best friend, who reveals herself as a PTO member, and by Mary, who reveals herself as a PTO member. And it's like, okay, so everybody in her life was a member of the PTO except her. They kill her with her best friend's belt, and they're like, okay, we're gonna frame Denny because Denny is it's always the husband. And they can't frame Denny because Denny is so fucking clueless. He doesn't know anything. Like, they're like, oh, you didn't know your wife was running for PTO president? And he's like, she was? We have a PTO? It was just constantly like that. It was just like, we have a dog? He's like, I don't know how anything works. He's like, you're supposed to feed kids vegetables with their dinner? He was just a complete buffoon. It literally, with a cop on the payroll who was the brother of one of the women, they couldn't frame him for murder because he's so oblivious. The book ends for him. They kill the family dog. They kill the dog. They break into the house and kill the dog. At any point, this family could have solved the problems. They cut his brakes, and he's like, "They cut my brakes? Huh?" He could have solved his problem by buying a video camera or a Ring doorbell. He doesn't do any of that, and they shoot his dog in his house. They like slit the dog's throat, and then he's like, "Huh."
Hold on. They shoot the dog and then slit its throat?
I think so. And then the next so the secret society is called the Generals. That's the name of the secret society that she discovers. He goes out and buys a new dog.
I don't have time to make a Harlem Globetrotters joke, but just know it's in there.
Yeah. He goes out and buys a dog. Do you want to know what the name of the dog is?
Sherman?
General.
Okay. Sure.
I was like, what? He literally is like, we're not going to move. My kids like it here. I'm just going to move on. I know that everyone in this town, including the police chief, tried to like frame me for murder. I know that everybody hates me because of what my wife did. And I know that I will die here probably. But I'm going to stop looking into this. And I just got a new dog. Maybe we'll name him Rover.
He's done really well at being oblivious. It sounds like maybe that's his key to happiness. Maybe
he's Mr.
just
Magoo
like,
his way through this town.
I was going to say, this book could very easily have been a comedy, but it sounds like they decided to not do that and play it completely straight.
A little bit, yeah. So, yeah. No, I was really excited about it.
Any actual actions of his own accord throughout the entire book?
He tried. He found out like halfway through his efforts to try and get this done that, the cops are on the side of the PTO, and he doesn't try going to another cop or police station. It's very much like, I went to the only cop in the world, and he told me that there's no case.
What's the name of the book?
It's called Valley of the Moms. So, I enjoyed reading it. It was like 250. The first 250 pages were really, really interesting. I feel like this book needed another 100 pages, and it would have been great. I honestly am just like, okay, whatever. This is fine.
So who would you cast in the film adaptation?
This is 100% in like 2 or 3 years going to be someone's going to buy the rights to this, and this is going to be like a Peacock miniseries.
Yeah, so who should they cast? Give them the advice right now. What direction should they go?
Anna is going to be played by what's her name? She was just in The Shrinking Wife.
Just in the show The Shrinking Wife? I don't know. I did not see that.
Yeah, you know who it is. It's the guy from Succession.
Matthew McFadden?
Yeah, he was in that, and then who played his wife?
Elizabeth Banks.
Elizabeth Banks going to play Anna. And then, how old is Elizabeth Banks? She's 52. So she's going to be a little old for like the early 40s role, but she, in like 2 or 3 years, they'll be able to make that work. And then I think it's going to be... What do you mean
by that? Like, as in they'll have de-aging tech to take someone
like
from
makeup
52 to 40s?
Okay. She just looks good enough that it'll be fine.
Yeah. And then they will probably race swap one of the characters. So maybe like the principal from Abbott Elementary as Di, and for the husband as Denny. Let's see. I actually had a person in mind while I was reading the book, trying to remember who it was. God, I can't remember his name. I could see, you don't ever have that where you can see somebody say you can't remember their name. But yeah, and I think like Kristen Chenoweth needs to play the role of Mimi Marr. So there you go. That's my casting. That's my casting prediction when this book is co-opted into a Peacock limited series. So yeah, don't read it.
I'm now doing a Google to see if there's any Valley of the Moms adaptation. If there's any.
The book like came out like a month ago.
Yeah, the book came out in June, and the first thing I see is I just pan down the reviews, and they're not great.
No, what's also bad is that and this is the other reason I won't recommend this book, the author thought she was getting review bombed, so she doxed the people who review bombed her and posted their addresses and places of work.
She seems so nice.
Yeah, so I'm like, no, you kind of suck.
Have you considered that maybe your book wasn't very good?
Again, like, if it had another 100 pages, it probably would have been... It was like a Barnes & Noble book of the month, I think, so...
This sounds like a really nice thing to pick up at an airport.
Yeah, you could definitely read this on a plane.
So where is the Valley of the Moms?
Hamilton, Massachusetts.
Where's that?
I don't know if it's a real place. Let me look. All the places that she explains around it are real. It is a real place. It is in, like, northeast Massachusetts. It's like north of Salem.
Does it look like there's a valley there?
I don't have a topographical map.
All I'm saying is if it's called the Valley of the Moms, but then
it's probably
there's no valley.
A reference to something else. I mean,
like the Valley of the Dolls or something.
Yeah, or something along those lines. I don't know. Nothing's jumping out to me as a reference for that. But then I didn't read the book, so...
Yeah, something like that. So, yeah.
Do you think that Will Smith or Tommy Lee Jones would be better in the role of the dad in Valley of the Moms?
Will Smith? Because Tommy Lee Jones is like 90.
Hey, okay. that might play into it. Maybe it's a bit more of a Mr.
Elizabeth
Magoo
Banks
thing.
marries the 90-year-old Mr. Magoo guy. He's 79, excuse me.
Okay. Will Smith or Vincent D'Onofrio?
Good question.
Will Smith. It would be a very different movie if it was Vincent D'Onofrio.
It already doesn't exist, so we have that license to change the casting of the movie that's never been made.
But Tommy Lee Jones did go to Harvard, so he's got that going for him.
What about Tommy Lee Jones or Rip Torn?
What about Rip Torn or Rip Taylor?
Rip Torn dead, so that would be slightly challenging.
See, we'll bring him back like Tupac.
Okay.
Just a hologram?
Vincent D'Onofrio or Tony Shalhoub?
Tony Shalhoub. All right, Rip Torn or Tupac?
In what context? For this movie?
Yeah.
For Valley. Is Tupac, is he going to be able to clear that with his schedule? Because he's in that new video game.
That's true.
Fuck, you're right.
I think he's going to be too busy. That's going to be a scheduling conflict. I don't know what their shooting schedule is going to be like, but...
I feel like all the stuff with Tupac right now is like a literal Black Mirror episode.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, no. Speaking of Men in Black...
Whoa. What does that have to do with Men in Black? I thought we were all just naming random actors who came to mind.
Well, you said Rip Torn and Tony Shalhoub and Vincent D'Onofrio and Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones.
Wait, they're all in Men in Black?
Yeah.
Whoa.
What a movie.
Yeah, I guess. How did you guys like it?
It still reminds me of watching it on like a CRT TV on a tape or DVD that I rented from Blockbuster in like the best way. It is a movie that for me is like caked in like late 90s, early 2000s nostalgia. And it's a movie that for me can't escape that orbit. In again, a very nostalgic, pleasant way. And so I always like coming back and watching those things again. So I enjoyed it.
I agree that it definitely is of its time, but I don't think in a bad way. Like, I think it still reads as a perfectly good movie right now. Anytime you've got the mildly futuristic but not over-explaining angle that I think they take, that tends to improve the longevity of a lot of science fiction. And I think that is actually one of the strengths of Men in Black, is that they offer some explanations, but they gloss over so much stuff in the same way that you would expect that to work in the world, right? You wouldn't. They know how everything works. They're not going to yell it down the camera for you. They're just, this weird thing is going to happen in the headquarters, and then they're going to solve the problem and move on with it. And I think that is one of the things about it that holds it together quite nicely.
Definitely. It's the everyone buying into the world so completely and wholly.
And right away.
Yeah.
From 5 minutes into the movie, you're like, okay, I got it.
Yeah. No, I agree with you guys. This was just a blast to actually watch with sound this time. Really good. Really freaking good movie. Just through and through. A perfect summer blockbuster. I don't know about you guys, but I've been experiencing quite a heat wave right now, and just what a great movie to watch during one. Not that it has anything to do with it, but it just feels like summer.
Yeah, I get that. It does feel like summer. It feels to me like what summer used to feel like. Again, all in a good way.
Man, really leaning hard into the nostalgia.
Hey, that's how it feels to me. Tommy, who's gonna do the recap?
Dayman, it's up to you. If you would like to do the recap, you're more than welcome.
You also you can. Okay.
Do you think I don't know the plot of Men in Black?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying you don't have to. I was, don't feel like you have to.
Feel free to chime in, interrupt me, and if there's anything you want to go through.
Oh, believe me, CJ loves interrupting.
You are the interrupter. Your recaps take like 6 hours.
Well, we can move through quickly. I've got some
famous last words.
Is that a challenge? How fast do you think I could tell the plot of Men in Black?
I don't think Tommy will let you. It's not you I worry about, it's him.
Well, now I want to know how fast you can go.
How much do you want me to gloss over? We can do the 3-sentence version. We can do the
IMDb summary.
We can. Oh yeah, God, yeah. Could just reduce every paragraph in the Wikipedia article to 1 sentence and see how quick we can get through. But all right,
the 50s.
Exactly. Well, it doesn't start the film. We see it happening in. I think it takes place actual in 1997. Because they have the days. It's in May or March because it's on the computer screens. They have the whatever it is, and then all that. I always like keeping track of when films take place, like over like how much actual time. And this one is, if you consider the scene in which you first see Jay in New York as night 1, the film ends on night 3, so it actually goes through pretty quickly. We don't know the time between the opening scene of that. Anyway, opening scene, we get down at the Mexico-U.S. border, and you see Border Patrol stopping someone trafficking people in the United States, and you get 2 guys in suits pull up in their car, and you are introduced to agents K and D, from who we later find out is the Men in Black. They pull the people aside. One of them is an alien. There's chaos ensues, but they end up having to shoot the alien when he starts to attack one of the Border Patrol officers, and then we are introduced into, right away, basically everything you need to know about the film. There's a secret organization that's taking care of aliens. Aliens do exist. Aliens, broadly speaking, kind of chill and blending in, except for when they're not. And then we've got fancy guns. Someone gets blown up, and then the signature piece of technology from the franchise, which is the neuralizer, a red flash, memory erasing, cleanup crew comes in, more or less ended the scene. Of course,
it's an incredible opening. They establish so much.
Yeah, the whole film, like the entire premise of the film, is established in about 3 minutes, because then you get D, he's too old, he retires. I did say, we can recap on themes later, but they do a really good job in the presentation of the opening and bookending it in a few other spots.
Yeah. Also, Tommy Lee Jones is K, so ready to neuralize his partner. Like,
that's just how it goes.
He sits
waiting for
down,
an excuse,
almost like he's out of breath, and he's like, "Well, buddy, time to erase all memory of me. See ya."
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to be nice if they're not going to remember you being an asshole.
Yeah, I know. It seemed like he was really itching to neuralize this guy for a while.
It's probably like, yeah, that was about to happen. So then we go to New York, and we see Will Smith's character, James Edwards, chasing down the presumed criminal, and who is an alien. We figure that out pretty much immediately when he starts scaling walls and various other things. Where, okay, yeah, well, like even more than parkour, the effects in this movie are so good, where they are 100% okay with everything being like slightly preposterous. And so like when he's scaling the wall, there's no attempt to make it look like a dude is scaling a wall. It's going to look weird because he's an alien. And so like they really lean into, it's okay for things to look bizarre, because that's the point, is that this is not of this world. And so when he starts like scaling the side of the parking structure or that office building, whatever it is, and then Jay runs up through, meets him up top, and he's like, world's going to end, blinks with 2 sets of eyelids, jumps off the building. And then of course he gets questioned about that by the internal affairs, and then Kay comes and scoops him up, and they go to trying to identify the weapon. So they go to Jack Jeeb's spot, played by Tony Shalhoub, and that's the pawnbroker. They find the gun. Long story short with that, night one is like, yeah, aliens are real, but obviously you gotta wipe Jay's memory of that, but he gives him the business card in case you want to come in for the meeting. And he goes eventually to the meeting, and there's a bunch of people from military and other things in there, very high-ranking officers, and then there's Jay from the NYPD in street clothes, very well dressed, very great late 90s New York look. It's fantastic.
I love this his like jumper or whatever you want to call it.
It's so good. And then he goes to the training. It's clear that he is not particularly great with authority, but is also extremely smart and very good at handling these kind of unusual situations and can roll with what's going on. Zed and Kay agree to bring him on in. They bring him in. They eventually show him the ropes. And it's very quickly, first day of the job, it's like, oh, by the way, Earth's under attack. And so they're under attack by the Archelians because something's gone missing. And they eventually decode the message and find out that there is a galaxy that is being stored here on Earth. All the while, there is the bug, which is, I don't think they ever give specific information about that particular kind of alien other than they just call him a bug because he's Big Bug. Crash lands, kills Edgar, wears Edgar as an Edgar suit, and starts going around trying to find the galaxy, and it becomes a race to find the galaxy, which turns out is on the collar, in a jewel on the collar of a cat owned by an alien who works as a jewel dealer. And then eventually he ends up in the morgue because the bug kills him, but the bug doesn't find the galaxy, and it becomes a race to find the galaxy. Eventually they do find the galaxy, they find the bug, and kill the bug, return the galaxy, Earth is saved.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, you really
That
went
was-
through that one.
Yeah, you crushed it.
Well, it's interesting because at the time we were saying how you had commented, CJ, that the movie has like all of his exposition up front in like the first half of the film, and then the second half of the movie, it's like there's a very clear objective here, and there's lots of like good little set pieces along the way.
Yeah.
But it becomes way more plot focused in kind of Act 2. It's basically a 2-act film. Act 1 is showing how the world actually works. Act 2 is gotta find the galaxy. And so I think that is structurally, I think, satisfying, because by the time you're 35 minutes in the film, you are 100% on board for all the shenanigans, and everything that happens related to an alien is like, yep, that's fine. Like everything that happens is like, yep, tiny galaxy, sure.
Yeah,
Bugs
it's
killing
at, like,
people, all right, I'm in.
45
Like, it
minutes.
just
We
doesn't-
see Will Smith be the doula for a
yeah, it's
baby
fantastic.
alien being born out of the back of
Yeah.
the car with a bunch of tentacles everywhere. That's like
You're-
halfway through.
I know, great scenes and like all those like little set pieces along the way, but it becomes very plot focused and very, very direct in a way that you couldn't really get away with without the exposition. But the movie does such a good job of making the exposition feel fun that it doesn't feel like you're just being read to for a half hour. You get to kind of like experience how the world actually does work, which is pretty fun.
Yeah, and I would put out there also, I did mention the point about it being super front heavy. It never at any point feels like it's too serious. It always feels really light and sort of airy, which I think is good, because I think its source material is actually different
Very
than
dark.
Yes.
Very dark. Yeah, they completely changed it into like a light comedy, which is, yeah. The original comics were like really creepy.
Yeah, it's like they did like a they did a Ninja Turtles, where the original Ninja Turtles are like dark and gritty, and the cartoons are all like super silly and bouncy.
Or like 1960s Batman,
Yes.
where it's like it just completely leaning into it being camp and silly in a very satisfying way.
Yeah. You know, one of the things that I was thinking about, Tommy, you mentioned this in the pre-show, that that David Schwimmer was originally going to be Agent J.
Oh, I don't know if I mentioned
Or was
that.
that
mentioned
Damon?
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently Chris O'Donnell was also considered for the role. And they basically convinced him not to do it. He was, for those that don't know, he played Dick Grayson in Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. My fun story about Batman Forever and Batman and Robin is that we bought Batman Forever at a store when I was a kid, and my mom put it in the VCR, and our VCR ate that movie halfway through.
Oh no.
And it was a brand new tape, so it was really sad, and we never saw the end of it. And then, like, a couple months later, we bought Batman and Robin, and we're like, all right, we're going to try it again. We wanted another copy of Batman Forever, but they didn't have it, so we got Batman and Robin. And yeah, the fucking VCR ate the tape on that one. So I think the VCR did us a favor. I don't think Batman and Robin are that good. But,
Yeah.
so I've never finished a Chris O'Donnell as Robin film.
I think you're all right.
I've made it this far.
I heard also that Bruce Campbell was offered the Edgar role, but had to turn it down because of a scheduling conflict. I think that would have been good. I think Vincent D'Onofrio
He
though,
would have been
absolutely
awesome.
kicks ass, but Bruce Campbell's amazing. I think he could have done really well with that.
So was
Yeah.
John Turturro.
Oh, that's cool.
That would have been cool.
That would be really interesting.
He would have
John
killed it.
Turturro as Edgar would have been crazy. I'm interested.
I did read Vincent D'Onofrio watched a bunch of bug documentaries to prepare for this role.
That's
That-
incredible.
Could not have been more useless.
And then he put on like knee braces and taped up his ankles so he wouldn't be able to bend his legs.
That is cool because he does a really good job of not just the real time figuring out how to walk in the Edgar suit is fantastic, and then the makeup job to make him more and more decayed as the film progresses is outstanding.
It's awesome.
It's so good.
I did want to bring up like the makeup and just the special effects in general, the practical effects, because this was done by Rick Baker, who we've covered some of his stuff on the show before, but he won an Academy Award for Best Makeup for American Werewolf in London. He did Coming to America. But apparently the makeup for the Edgar bug was 6 hours every day.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, I mean, it won for Best Makeup. This movie won for Best Makeup.
Incredible. I mean, yeah, he deserved it. He deserved an Oscar for that because that's really impressive.
It was also, the visual effects were handled by ILM, Industrial Light and Magic, which was ILM did, the Star Wars stuff, and they did, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and everything cool, practical effects or otherwise, from the 80s to basically like the early to mid 90s. Just think ILM. I think they did Jurassic Park they helped on. I think they did Jumanji and The Mummy, and
it's every good movie from 1975 until 2005.
Yeah.
If it looked good, they probably worked on it.
It was
and even
George
to this
Lucas's
day,
company.
like T2, yeah.
Yeah, they're still at it. Like there's still, but I mean, when the company was founded, they were the only game in town that could make stuff look that good. So
yeah. Here's a stat for you guys. As of 2024, Industrial Light and Magic has won 15 Academy Awards for Best Visual Effects.
Yep, makes sense.
And so in like 50
That's
years,
crazy. That's
they
just
have
incredible.
15.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, George Lucas always on the forefront of technological inclusions in filmmaking, except for the his recent AI shit.
Well, I mean, I'm just looking at the Wikipedia page right now. The amount of stuff that they've worked on is just insane.
Yeah.
Like every year they work on a dozen movies.
It's just incredible.
Yeah, I mean, even just the rest of this year, they've got credits on. This year, they have credits on The Bride, Project Hail Mary, Apex, Michael, The Mandalorian and Grogu, Masters of the Universe, The Death of Robin Hood, Supergirl, Moana, Spider-Man, Brand New Day, The Last House, The End of Oak Street, Digger, Whalefall, and Doomsday.
Did they do the CGI for Bubbles in the Michael movie?
Oh my God.
That movie had a VFX budget of $200 million.
Oh my God.
I think. Yeah.
Wow.
God, I didn't know Bubbles was in so many scenes.
It's safer than doing, I mean, having a real chimpanzee. No, just to go back to the makeup thing, he plays that role. Vincent D'Onofrio plays that role like he's a sack of bugs. Yes. Like he is just a literal corpse. I've never seen somebody embody what it means to be a skin suit. And I don't know that I knew what that would have meant if I didn't see it with my own eyes.
I feel like that is like the definitive performance of someone who just acquired a human body.
Yeah. I've seen him give interviews where he talks about like how would a bug move if it didn't know how to move in a human body, and I think he talks about some of that. I think it's interesting. I think that there's an interesting part of this which is like the psychology of everything, but at the same time I'm also like only but so interested in it, because I'm also like you're playing a bug.
Well, are you saying all of his hours watching bug documentaries were for naught?
I'm just saying, what does listening to the ants go marching one by one, hurrah, give you in this role? Like, there was some movie, I don't remember. It's a famous story, but it's like somebody stayed up for 3 days before because they had to look tired. And they're on set, and there's an older actor on set, and he's like, "My dear boy, if only you had tried acting."
Yeah, it was Laurence Olivier to Dustin Hoffman.
Yes. Yeah, it's just like, why don't you try acting? Instead of like, I'm gonna become a bug. Like, okay.
Well, he did act. That's the difference. He did not literally.
He did.
Yeah, like that's a crucial difference. He did not actually become a bug in a skin suit.
Well,
he pretended to be a bug in a skin suit.
We don't know that.
We absolutely do, but that's fine. The movie looks great. The soundtrack's good. I feel like it sounds like Danny Elfman because it is Danny Elfman.
Yeah.
And his music has a sound to it. And the opening theme, you actually get a really good listen to because there's a long opening credit scene when you're just following the bugs across the desert and the highway. And a lot of those just general sounds. It's much more of an orchestration and textural kind of approach to a soundtrack where we have like some recurring things with the strings and everything, but it's and less so than has a lot of like memorable long themes. Doesn't really have that. It's about like gestures and attacks, but it's perfectly punctuating the action of the film. I think it does a really nice job.
That's some musical analysis right there.
Very, very mildly.
See, usually, we don't typically have that unless either you or Jade are on.
Yeah, man.
Well, what's your I guess your thoughts on the music as primarily film critics and not.
What's
music
my
critics?
Analysis on the music? I like it.
Well, it's the thing. It's like, does it give you any particular like feelings or thoughts?
I think that
you put it
does
together,
a good job of heightening the action. Like whenever there was when they're like blasting through the tunnel in the car, just when things get a little bit whimsical, I feel like you're talking about the Danny Elfman qualities. I think you certainly hear a bit of that whimsy come through in those. That just I think makes the action that little bit more cartoonish in the way that it's not super serious.
Yeah, it's not as dark as, say, his Batman scoring. Yeah. Where the Batman scoring is like meant to be like a little bit dark and a little bit creepy. And so I think that he does a really good job of kind of like you said, lightening it up as appropriate. But I mean, if you're going to contrast that with another film style, like if you compare that to, I don't know, Back to the Future. Back to the Future has like musical stings to point towards the action and like very clear themes. Like, how much of the Men in Black stuff could you like sing back to me right now? Probably none.
Dun 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 dun.
Yeah, exactly. And that's because that's kind of the idea, right? It's like there's not really a melody there, and there's not like any like recurring character themes, but like you get the vibes of it because it's kind of that whole constant motion, scheming, looking around sort of thing.
To be fair, I don't know that I could sing back the wind chime thing going on in parts of Back to the Future, but your point stands.
So you would bum 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 ba bum 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 ba bum, like you'd remember like that's like the main thing.
Yeah. No, you're right. Honestly, the only thing I remember about the Men in Black music is that dun 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 dun.
That's all you got to know.
Yeah, and I like it. I'm trying to think if there are other performances in this that I think stand out. I know we paid a lot of attention to Vincent D'Onofrio. You know, I think Will Smith in the 90s is like as close to on fire as you can be.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't want to say can't miss, but I think like
I don't think he did, so
well, I don't know about Wild Wild West, but like 95 to 2005. Oh, it wasn't that was a 2000 movie?
Oh, Wild West. Oh, 99, Justin Under the Wire.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Justin Under the Wire. I don't know. I
listen,
like that movie.
You stick to music analysis, okay? I know my movie dates.
Wild West is a good movie.
Oh, wow. So is it too late to kick Dayman off the podcast.
Next week he's gonna tell us that he really liked Megalopolis.
No, I'm not gonna go that far. Wild Wild West is absurd, but it works. Anyway, continue.
Yes. No. Unfortunately, I feel like the only woman character in this whole movie is completely forgettable and useless.
Oh yes, it is.
And
yes.
They tear up like she's just a crazy lady who just has a lot of alien encounters, and then she shows up as, "Oh, I'm going to be your new partner," and then they immediately get rid of that in future movies. That doesn't stay at all.
Yeah, but I also wouldn't ever judge a movie about its not yet written sequel. But I agree that the cast is really quite tight. Like it's like 3 people. It's like the whole movie.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't really expand much. Like you've got the 2 agents and you've got Edgar, and everyone else is on screen for like a couple minutes. Like Laurel is on screen for a couple minutes. The Edgar's wife is on screen very briefly.
Zed.
Zed's on screen very briefly.
Frank
Jack
has a scene. Yeah, Jack Jeeves has
like
2
a
scenes.
scene, but
Yeah.
like it's 3 people, and that's the whole film. And so had Dr. Weaver not been in the last 10 minutes of the film, it probably wouldn't have even felt like she was in 10 minutes of the film. It was
Yeah, that like her inclusion in the movie, if you remove her from the plot and put just a random morgue person there, it doesn't change the plot.
No, not at all. That was very much filling we need someone to work at the morgue.
It checks a very specific box.
Yes.
But I like Tommy Lee Jones. I think this was a younger CJ's introduction to Tommy Lee Jones. And this is like, I mean, my favorite performance of his is No Country, but this is pretty good. Like that, I'm going to teach you the ropes, sport, like a real whatever. And I think him, not Will Smith, are the reasons I like the sequels.
Right.
Having said that, he's not even really in the third one.
Mm-hmm.
But
No.
Josh Brolin doing
Plays
a Tommy Lee
Jones.
Jones actually
Unreal.
It's so good.
actually scratches such an itch.
It was when I heard that that's what they were doing for the third one. I'm like, oh, there's no way that'll be good. And then it was good. And I'm like, actually, that's incredible. Like that's the fact that he pulled that off is remarkable.
Yeah.
There are some actors. Sorry.
I was going to say a couple Tommy Lee Jones facts real quick. Apparently he was super frustrated when filming this because of how seriously he had to play Kay. He wanted to do comedic takes. But Sonnenfeld, the director, absolutely insisted, no, you need to be the straight man for the comedy to work.
Yeah, because he's playing an absurd character dead straight, which is the Mel Brooks approach. It's like you have to like just plow on, like, of course this is how I'm doing, this is how the world works, but everything around you makes no sense. Yeah.
And then Tommy Lee Jones said that he himself did not mind being covered in slime, but apparently Will Smith hated it.
That sounds all right. I believe that.
Yeah. I was going to say really quick about Josh Brolin. There are some actors who you watch like an interview and they feel so subdued or so like not anything resembling who they are on screen. But then you see them on screen and you're like, this is really not who I thought. Like, it's such a departure from who they are in the interview or who they are outside of the screen. But then you see them on film and they're like so similar every time. So like Josh Brolin comes to mind. Like he always surprises me with how great his performances are, because especially when I see him between roles, I'm like, this is it. This is what you got. And then I'm like blown away every time. Including Thanos, which I was so going into that movie being like, this is the most unbelievable shit I've ever seen. Know who's going to be afraid of Grimace? Oh, what a fucking idiot I am. And then
Well, you had a point, to be fair.
I did. But also, you know who else is like that for me? Walton Goggins.
Sure.
Feels so quiet and respectful in interviews, and then like always has these like loud characters.
Yeah, Uncle Baby Billy.
And like, yeah, God. And when you this age, you gotta get it where you can. You just pass win. You gotta watch that. Disgusting. All right, so yeah, Men in Black.
I will say, for anyone who's just on subsequent viewings, it's a fun challenge to look through and see how many times specifically bugs and stars are referenced in the film, because it is constant, and once you are looking for it, you will see it in every scene. It's how the opening credits is following a bug, and the opening credits are written out in stars and constellations, and from that point on forward, you can find bugs or stars basically anytime something's going on, and it's pretty remarkable.
I'll have to keep a lookout next time it's on at the gym.
It's a perfect opportunity for that.
Yeah. We had talked a lot about casting and potential other actors in this. A couple other things I had read was apparently originally Will Smith did not want to be in this because he didn't want to be in another Alien film right after Independence Day. But it was Jada Pinkett Smith who convinced him to take the part. But then also John Landis and Quentin Tarantino both turned down directing this.
I get why Tarantino would turn it down. There's no feet in this.
Well, there would have been.
It's just bug feet. God, I almost walked out of the theater during Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I almost did. There was so much fucking feet, dude. I'm like, get over yourself, brother.
He knows what he likes.
God.
Speaking of feet, Will Smith crushing all the bugs. Apparently he's crushing mustard packets.
Nice.
That makes sense.
Yeah, the
cool.
American Humane Society made sure no roaches were harmed during filming. So at the end of the days where the roaches were on set, all of the roaches had to be counted to make sure none were missing.
Well, that's important. Some of those roaches are still alive today.
Yeah, and on-screen royalty.
They're giving royalty checks to roaches.
Something I found interesting about this, though, is originally the ending, when they started filming, it was going to be a debate between Jay and the bug. They were going to have a comedic existential debate. And then 5 months into shooting, Barry Sonnenfeld...
5 months into shooting?
5 months into shooting, Barry Sonnenfeld was like, I don't know, guys. I think we need something more action-packed. Unfortunately, in the process of pivoting to doing the more action-packed CGI thing, they had originally an animatronic bug that they were going to have Jay talk to. I'm sending you guys pictures now of the actual puppet thing that they were going to use.
Oh, that looks great.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
You can look this up pretty easily if you just search Men in Black original animatronic bug. Just like a big standing cockroach praying mantis type
it
deal.
looks like there was the CGI model for the end of the show. It looks like that. But it's really well done.
Yeah, it's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Yeah, 5 months into shooting, they decided to pivot.
Well, I mean, correct choice, but also, this movie took 5 months to shoot. That's insane.
I guess so.
That's so much.
Another interesting thing that I learned is at the end of this, when when Jay is introducing Elle to the world of Men in Black, he's like, yeah, Dennis Rodman's an alien. In the Italian, German, Spanish, and French dubs, they changed Dennis Rodman to Michael Jackson, which is interesting because Michael Jackson then cameos in the second one as Agent M.
That's really funny. I mean, I guess that makes sense. I can't imagine a lot of Europeans know who Dennis Rodman is.
Yeah, that was exactly the reasoning. Apparently, just wasn't as big of a star.
Sub
in
him in for the most famous person in the world. Like it's like yeah.
So you guys, we touched a little bit on the sequels earlier. You guys have seen them?
I have, yes.
I have.
What are your general thoughts on them?
I think that they're pretty good, though I do really appreciate that this film, the one that we've watched, is entirely self-sufficient. I think that you can go into this knowing nothing and seeing nothing after and be entirely satisfied with it.
Definitely.
The second and third, I think, as typically is the case for sequels, are more dependent on your knowledge of the first film. Though, weirdly, I feel like you could probably watch 1 and 3 and never 2 and understand 3.
I think so, just because of the premise of 3. I think 2 is entirely skippable.
But it's still worth watching. If you liked Men in Black 1, you will enjoy 2 and 3. It's not, I don't think either one's going to change your life, but it's worth the hour and a half of time spent watching it to watch it.
Yeah. Men in Black 3, I think, is the one I have the most memories from.
Interesting.
Well, just because I saw it in theaters, and then it also came out around the time where I saw every movie that came out in theaters. So, like, it's a different type of nostalgia for me.
Sure.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about the other Men in Black movie, though?
Men in Black 2?
No.
I never saw it.
Men in Black International.
I never saw it.
No one did.
No one did.
Yeah, I did not either.
All right. And that's the riveting kind of debate that you expect to hear from the film is Okie Dokie. Discussing a film on its merits. Tommy, do you have anything else you want to add about the Men in Black?
No, I just think in general it's such a fast-paced movie in that the first, like we said before, like the first 45 minutes, it's almost strictly exposition in varying forms. You're just learning all the rules. Like, it's all set up while still being entertaining. And then it's nonstop in the back half. It really is. Okay, we got to go here. Nope, it's across town. Oh nope, got to go talk to the dog. Oh shit, now he's at the morgue. And it's really relentless in a positive way. And
I think that it's smart. And I think that they knew that because there is a ticking clock the entire time. And I think that once in at the beginning of Act 2, where it's like, yep, we know that there's a problem, and then that's further reinforced in the last bit of it, where you actually have literally 8 minutes to the destruction of Earth. It's like, I think the movie supports its own pacing, which is kind of an odd thing to say, but it's true.
Mm-hmm. I also love how when Jay learns of the world ending and whatnot, Kay's kind of like, yeah, this happens all the time. Don't sweat it.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Well, I guess, did either of you guys have any more specific things you wanted to bring up? If not, we got a litany of questions that we ask every time here.
We do. I really don't have anything.
I think I've got everything covered.
It's a good time.
Yeah, it was. It's been a great time.
So, do you guys remember what this was part 3 in our duology on?
Movies that came out in July?
Yes. The Dayman, what was your wording on this?
This is July episodes for July masterpieces.
Perfect. So which of Princess Diaries, Jurassic Park 3, and Men in Black did the best at being a July episode for July masterpieces?
Ooh. Men in Black, right?
Yeah,
I think
the episode that I'm on that I also picked. Yeah, I'm going to pick that one.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
It's also just like by far the best of the 3 in my opinion.
Yes. Well,
Yes,
I mean,
I agree.
Jurassic Park 3 has no chance, but
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a toss-up between Princess Diaries and Men in Black, and between the two of them, Men in Black comes out in a knockout. So
yes.
Okay,
yeah.
But how about this one? Do you guys have any idea why this movie was called Men in Black? Because I'm drawing blanks.
What? Is that an actual question?
Why was that
it
the
is
title?
one of his legitimate questions.
Why was that the title? That was... Weird. That didn't make much sense.
I think it's because they wear black.
Oh, that's a pretty good theory. That's a pretty good one. Okay, but how about this one? What genre do we consider this?
Gut, right off the rip, comedy sci-fi.
Yeah, action comedy, sci-fi.
Is it any, I guess, of those three, sci-fi, action, comedy, is it any two of them more than a third?
I would say action comedy at its core, sci-fi by circumstance.
I don't know how we get away with not calling this sci-fi, like in general, right? It's a movie that has fictional technology and aliens.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I also don't see how you could get away without calling it an action and also not calling it a comedy. I feel like we got to jot down all three.
All right. I think this is a rare 3-genre film.
Yeah. So I guess what's our order on that? Is it sci-fi at the top? Is it action at the top?
I think it's sci-fi action comedy.
It's kind of what I'm feeling too.
Yeah.
Okay, so the most important question here at the show is, CJ, could you have done a Men in Black?
All right. Am I J or K?
I feel like you would probably be J. J's our main character.
Yeah. So what do I have to do? I have to run down the cephalopoid on foot.
I guess,
That's a lot of running.
do your actions before joining, like, is it really just like, no, you gotta stop the Earth from being destroyed by the bug?
Well, hang on, because the reason he gets the invite is because he chased down the cephalopoid on foot.
You're right.
So I could definitely watch the guy jump off the roof. That was easy. I get my memory wiped. I could definitely pass the Men in Black test. Those seem easy.
The two tests.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't know what was on the written exam.
That's true. I probably can't handle being the birthing doula for the alien couple.
I think we're glossing over the having your identity erased and abandoning all attachments.
No, that's a given for the movie, though.
Yeah, but how are you going to cope with that? Is that going to be all right? That can be chill?
For 90 minutes, I think I would make it.
Okay,
I also said
not
I
for the
could,
rest of your existence. Got it.
yeah. For Die Hard, I said I could kill 3 terrorists. Like, I'm not thinking about the therapy and the liquor that I'm going to need after that, but I could get 3.
You do have to get your fingerprints burned off.
I'm going to say no for, 1, the foot race. Again, we're going to assume I'm in some kind of shape, but I don't think I could keep up with the cephalopoid. But I'm also going to say, even if I did, if you spotted me like a couple weeks on a treadmill to get in shape, I would say I'm gonna bail out at catching the squid baby.
I mean, really, Will Smith didn't do much in that scene. All he got to do is go along for the ride.
It said you
It's
just got to catch.
It's too much viscera. I couldn't do it. I could do the morgue lady. She didn't do shit.
Would you be able to stick your hands in a dead body?
Nope. You're right. Never mind. I can't do a Men in Black. Good point.
All right, so I guess we should get to the titular question. Is the film Okie Dokie?
Yeah. It's Okie Dokie. This is buttered popcorn and Junior Mints and hot days where the hose sizzles on the concrete sidewalk and blockbuster rentals. This is Okie Dokie.
Yeah, I second all of that. I mean, fantastic film. So much so that they made a freaking ride out of it. In my mind, that's the barometer for if a movie's good or not, if it has a ride.
Yeah, that's true.
Have you been on the ride, Universal Studios?
Yeah, and then
yeah.
here's the tip, everyone. Next time you're at Universal Studios and you go on the Men in Black ride, there's the red button in front of you, and they say, don't press the red button. But then, like 3/4 of the way through the ride, it lights up, and if you press that, you're going to get more points than anyone else. You automatically win.
I'm pretty sure the ride's not open anymore, is it?
Fuck!
That's a shame. I have been on the ride. It is very good. It is also very loud.
Maybe it's still open.
Oh, it's still open. I'm seeing the word is as opposed to was in the Wikipedia article, so that means we're good.
There you go. All right.
Wait, Dayman, is it Okie Dokie?
Yes,
It is
what I was
absolutely
gonna
Okie
ask.
Dokie. It is an incredible film. I picked it for a reason, because it came out in July. Also picked it for another reason, but that's it's good.
Woo!
Woo!
Nice.
Hooray. Well, that concludes our business on the film is Okie Dokie. Now we continue down the hallway. Damn, man, watch your step. We had mold, so we're pulling out the drywall. It's gone now, but I have lots of air purifiers in the rec room.
Yes.
So just take a seat wherever you can.
I found a spot.
Yep, yeah. Normally it's a little nicer than this, but yeah, mold. Tommy, would you like to go first?
Yeah, sure. I'll take the podium. I don't have too much to recommend this week. Been really busy with just working on the weekends and haven't indulged in too much media. But I did want to recommend my favorite board game of all time. It's more of a card game, but I'll just lump it into the board game category. It's called Innovation. My best friend and I have recently started playing this again, just online using Board Game Arena, but absolutely love playing this game in person too. It's a civilization progression card game where you're drawing cards numbered 1 through 10, and as the game goes on, you gain the ability to draw higher cards, and each card is a type of technology. So it's you're kind of building a civilization tech tree in front of you, and each card does different actions, and you're trying to earn points to achieve achievements. And once you pretty much buy them with points, or you do something very specific. And it's a really good head-to-head game. It's a little complicated to try and learn yourself. My friend who I play with, he and I tried learning just by reading the rules, and this was 7 years ago, and just doing that, it took us 4 hours to play a single round. So if you're gonna check it out, I would say just watch a YouTube video to explain it, because it's really not that complicated of a game. There's only so many things you can do, but just kind of tough to figure out on your own. But anyway, Dayman, what have you got to recommend?
I have also not been consuming a particular large amount of media lately. I'm in the process of moving to a new apartment, which is a massive pain for anyone who's have to undergo that process. But I will recommend something that I have done recently that has been quite beneficial, and that is I'm going to recommend roasted bok choy greens.
Ooh.
Because bok choy is delicious,
Nice.
one of the best vegetables, but a lot of people underappreciate the value of just eating the green bits. We all make kale chips. Kale chips are good. That's well established. You can do the same thing. Brush a little cooking oil, put them in the oven or an air fryer if you got it, or a toaster oven works nicely. And if you're just having it as a snack with a little bit of salt and ginger powder, delicious. But also, and this is my big tip, if you are making a soup or stew, you can use the roasted bok choy greens, and if you crumble that up into the broth, it absorbs all of the browned, roasty deliciousness from all of that, and it just gives so much extra flavor to your broth or your stock. And that's been something that the past few times I've made soups and stews is a little trick I've added, and it has drastically improved the flavor over the course of that meal.
Sounds delicious.
Nice.
Gonna have to give that a try. I love bok choy.
Oh, it's me.
It is.
All right. I have been reading a lot of graphic novels. I also recently got paid, so a lot of new books came in today, which I'm going to check out. I have a bunch that I am really looking forward to reading. I have cleared through a lot of the books that I have already purchased. However, I'm going to recommend one book today. I have been reading Dungeon Crawler Carl. It is a series. The premise is that basically aliens come to Earth, and everybody who was inside of a building or a structure of any kind, if you had a roof over your head, every one of those people was instantly killed, and all of those structures were turned to rubble. All the natural resources have been strip mined from the planet, and beneath the surface, there is now a elaborate dungeon. It is a D&D RPG-esque game. Think pen and paper RPG plus like a loot box slash very much a stream oriented game is being broadcast across the universe. If you die, you die, but if you win, you get the Earth and whatever's left of it. So it is a series of books, and the book follows Carl, Crawler Carl, his cat Donut, Princess Donut, Queen Anne of Chonk, and they navigate their way through the dungeon. They face obstacles, they face puzzles, they face monsters, they develop their own skills and ways of attack, and the goal is to get to the next floor before the floor that they're on collapses in on itself and everyone on that floor is crushed. The population of the Earth went from being, however many people are on the Earth, to when the game started only 13 million, and at the end of the first book, down to almost just a little over 1 million people. So it is a really interesting series. It's super light to read. I have already read the first 2 books in the series, and I knew that if I started reading the third book, I would have spent all weekend reading it, and I couldn't do that. So I had to break it up a little bit. I'm super excited to keep reading. I have the third, the fourth, and the fifth book ready on my shelf, ready to go. The first 2 books are really short. I think 400 and 350 pages, respectfully. The first one might be a little longer. They get progressively longer, and there's a story reason for that. But they're really accessible. They're really fun. My sister has been listening to them on Audible. So the audiobooks are their own fun adventure. I'm ahead of her, so she sends me snippets of the audiobooks to listen to. So I recommend you check it out if you're interested. It's just a unique thing. If you're into gaming, if you're into fantasy, if you're into sci-fi, it's a fun time.
Very nice. So just to recap, CJ recommending Dungeon Crawler Carl. I recommend Innovation. Dayman recommended Roasted Bok Choy Greens.
Yeah.
I won that. I'm just letting you know.
It's a pretty good recommendation.
We're done with the winning part.
All right.
I'm never done with the winning part.
CJ, are you ready to find out what we're watching next time on The Film is Okie Dokie?
Is it your turn this time?
It is my pick, yes.
This is going to be for episode 50.
Yeah.
All right. I hope you picked a good one.
I hope so too. Because, CJ, I don't know if you know this, Men in Black was actually part 1 in a duology here on this show.
What?
Yeah, it was part 1 in our duology on experts in their field giving a newcomer a shot. Because next time on The Film is Okie Dokie, we are watching The Menu.
The Menu?
The Menu.
Is that the one where they...
I don't know.
Is that Rafe Fiennes?
I think he might be in it.
Yes, it's the Ray Fiennes movie.
Anyway,
Yes.
CJ, what are all the things that people do now?
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to The Film is Okie Dokie. Remember to rate us, review us, give us 5 stars. If you only give us 4 stars, I'm inclined to believe that you are a hater. Shout out to Bomani Jones, The Right Time with Bomani Jones, at Wave Sports and Entertainment for the Quip. If you like the show, remember to tell your friends, tell your family, tell your neighbors' kids. They have tiny fingers. They might need help downloading it directly to their devices. In fact, just download it to everybody's devices. Makes it a lot easier for us. If you want to join the conversation, the link to our Discord is in the description below, wherever you get your favorite podcast. Join the conversation. It's a cool community. We'd love to have you. And that is it for us this time. My name is CJ.
Wait, Dayman, where can people find you?
Where can people find you?
Oh, God. I don't do much, but on occasionally I'll stream on Twitch every now and again. Twitch.tv/Dayman with 3 A's at the end. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Awesome.
Yeah. Awesome. So he's been Dayman.
I've been Tommy.
And I've been CJ. And isn't The Menu a horror movie?
No. You'll be good.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I don't know that I trust that.
You can trust me.
That's really the last thing that people say before they do something that means that you can't trust them.